Okay then, so we've seen the first tool that I wanted to show you in this chapter, and that was Babel, which helps us to convert modern JavaScript into older syntax that's more widely supported in browsers. Now, the next tool that I want to show you is an extremely popular front-end tool called Webpack. Now, Webpack is primarily known as a module bundler, which means it can take multiple source files and then bundle them together in a single output file. And this is going to be really useful when we start to work with ES6 modules inside our code. But it can also do other things as well, like run Babel through it, so that when we bundle our modules, Babel can convert any modern syntax into older, more widely supported syntax. And we can also use it to spin up a local development server and do other things as well. So we're going to be looking at all of this in the rest of this chapter, but by far the best thing it allows us to do is to split our code up into modules. And this is going to allow us to create a much more structured code base in our projects. So I want you to imagine this scenario now. We have currently this distribution folder, and inside we have the bundle.js. That is our output file, the final JavaScript that's hooked up to this index.html file. Now inside our source folder, we have this index.js file, but we might also have two additional files. We might have a JavaScript file communicating with a database for accessing data, and also we might have another JavaScript file for interacting with the DOM and the web browser. So at any point, this index file right here might want to import some functionality from the other two files. Now Webpack will allow us to do that. We can define some export values from our other two JavaScript files. For example, we could export a function to get data from a database from the database file, or we could export a function which shows some kind of pop-up from the DOM manipulation file, and so forth. We could have many different exports from these files which do different things. Then we could import them into index.js. And these things that we export are just chunks of code, otherwise called modules. Now, we don't need to import everything that we export from a file. We might not need them all the time, but we can import what we need, and Webpack will allow this exporting and importing of modules, and then it's going to take all the resulting code and bundle it together in a single file. Now, along the way, we can also integrate our Webpack workflow with Babel too, so that the resulting bundle that we see here is compiled to widely supported JavaScript syntax. So it's all going to work together really nicely. So let's dive in now in the next video and set up Webpack.